Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Tonight, we're going to slow everything down and gently drift into a peaceful sleep together. This is more than just a bedtime story, it's a quiet reminder that you are loved, protected, and never alone. We'll be reflecting on the comforting truth of God's presence and how deeply He watches over you, even while you rest. So take a deep breath, get comfortable in your bed, and let your body begin to relax. You don't need to do anything now except listen, breathe, and let go. This is your time to rest in peace, in stillness, and in the warmth of God's love. Let's begin. Imagine for a moment, as you lie here in your bed, that tonight you are not just falling asleep, you are about to enter a place of perfect safety, watched over by a love so great it stretches beyond the stars. Let the world outside fade away, leaving only the gentle rhythm of your breathing and the soft touch of your pillow. The night is wrapping itself around you like a warm, velvet blanket, and in this quiet cocoon, something extraordinary is happening. You are being held, cherished, and watched over by a presence older than time itself. Outside your window, the moon rises quietly, sending its silver glow across rooftops and tree branches, while the stars shimmer above, each one a reminder of a universe full of mystery and wonder. In this gentle darkness, there is nothing to fear, because the Creator of everything, the one who crafted every star, every tree, every blade of grass, knows you by name and is right here with you. Feel your body begin to relax as the quiet of the evening settles in. The hum of daytime worries is slowly fading away, replaced by the soft silence that feels like a loving whisper in your ear. You are not alone in this moment. Imagine God sitting right beside you, watching over you with the deepest care, listening to your every thought, even the ones you keep hidden away. He knows your hopes, your dreams, your fears, and He welcomes them all with gentle understanding. There is a warmth in the room that isn't coming from the blankets or the air, but from His loving presence, filling every corner, every shadow, every space. You might notice how the world seems to grow softer at night, how the edges blur and the day's demands gently disappear, making space for peace to settle in. That peace, that softness, is a gift, a sign that you are not just drifting off by yourself, but being gently cradled by a love that never sleeps. Tonight, as you lay your head down and let your eyes grow heavy, know that you are seen and valued beyond anything you can measure. There is a hand stretched out over you, protecting and blessing you, a heart that delights in your very existence. The quiet of this night is not empty. It is full of purpose, full of presence, full of the gentle, watchful care of God. Let yourself be drawn into that comfort, the knowledge that no matter what happened today or what might come tomorrow, right now, in this soft darkness, you are completely safe. Rest in the truth that you are loved, you are known, and you are being watched over, not just tonight, but always. As you begin to drift closer to sleep, let your heart be light, your mind be calm, and your spirit be at peace, wrapped in the gentle assurance that God is with you, here and now. Close your eyes and take a slow, gentle breath. Imagine the world that surrounds you, not just the room you're in, but everything beyond it, stretching outwards in all directions. Think of the sky above, infinite and deep, scattered with stars that shine even when you cannot see them. Picture the trees standing tall and patient, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze, each one unique, each one a quiet marvel. Every sound you hear, the faint whisper of the wind, the chirp of a distant bird, the comforting hush that falls over your home at night is part of a great, beautiful symphony, crafted by hands far more loving and wise than you can fathom. The world, in all its complexity and wonder, was not an accident or a random occurrence. It is the careful, intentional creation of God, who delights in every detail, no matter how small. Consider the miracle of your own body. Your heart beats steadily, night and day, carrying life to every part of you, without you having to think about it. Your lungs fill and empty, your mind drifts and dreams, and your body rests, all according to a design that is astonishing in its precision. Each breath you take is a gift, Every moment you are alive is a testament to a creator who is not distant, but intimately involved in every moment of your existence. As you listen to the quiet sounds around you, imagine them as gentle reminders that you are surrounded by evidence of God's care. The world is a vast and mysterious place, yet in the middle of it, you are noticed, cherished, and known. Think about how the earth spins perfectly, day following night, seasons turning in their time, flowers bloom, rain falls, rivers flow according to a rhythm set by a loving hand. Even the stars above, scattered like diamonds across the night sky, are set in their places with intention and purpose. Scientists may study these wonders and describe them with facts and figures, but behind it all is a pattern, a harmony that speaks of something greater, something divine. It is the quiet whisper that tells you, you belong here, you are not alone, and you are a treasured part of this breathtaking creation. Let your thoughts wander now to all the beautiful things you've ever seen. The warmth of sunlight on your face, the laughter of a loved one, the gentle fall of snowflakes, the song of the ocean as waves kiss the shore reach. One is a brushstroke on the canvas of life. Each one a reminder that God is real and active, making the world beautiful, not just for its own sake, but for you. Everything you love and cherish, every moment that fills your heart with wonder or peace, is a gift, a sign that you are thought of, cared for, and included in something so much bigger than yourself. As you rest tonight, allow these thoughts to settle into your heart. The world you live in is not random or cold. It is filled with signs of a loving presence that is always near. You are part of this creation, woven into the fabric of existence by a creator who is never far away. When you wake in the morning and see sunlight spilling across your room, when you hear the song of birds outside your window, remember that you are witnessing miracles. Let this knowledge soothe you, comfort you, and help you drift softly into sleep, knowing you are loved by the same God who made the world. Even as you settle into the quiet of this night, you might find thoughts drifting through your mind, questions, worries, hopes, and memories that sometimes feel too big to carry alone. But right now, you can rest in the gentle truth that you are never truly carrying anything by yourself. God, with his unending love and wisdom, is always watching over you. He is not a distant figure in the sky or an abstract idea, but a loving presence as close to you as your own heartbeat. He sees every moment of your day, from the smallest routines to the grandest dreams, and he delights in each detail because he delights in you. When you feel misunderstood or overlooked by the world, remember that God knows you completely, understanding every part of you, every thought, every feeling, every secret longing. There is no part of your life too small for his attention, no moment too brief for his care. Imagine, as you lie in your bed, that God's gaze is gentle and kind, never judging, always accepting. He sees beyond your worries and your anxieties, past the masks you wear for others, straight into the core of who you are. He knows your story, the challenges you've faced, the sorrows you've carried, the hopes you nurtured deep within your heart. There is nothing about you that surprises him or drives him away. Instead, his love grows stronger, wrapping around you like the softest embrace. In the silence of this night, allow yourself to feel that acceptance. You don't have to prove anything, do anything, or be anything other than yourself. God delights in the real, unguarded you. There is great comfort in knowing that even when you feel alone, you are deeply known. God is the one who collects your tears, who celebrates your joys, and who whispers encouragement to you in moments of doubt. You are never invisible to him. Your worries are heard. Your prayers, whether spoken aloud or felt quietly in your soul, reach him every time. He responds not with distance, but with nearness, a presence that brings reassurance and hope. Think of the times in your life when you felt a quiet sense of peace, a gentle nudge to keep going, or a hope that refused to fade even in the face of difficulty. Those were moments when God was closer than you realized, offering strength and comfort exactly when you needed it. Tonight, as the world grows softer and your eyes grow heavy, know that God is keeping watch. Nothing escapes his notice, no, your smallest struggles or your greatest victories. He sees you, not just as you are now, but as you are becoming. He sees your potential, your resilience, your kindness, your dreams. In His eyes, you are cherished beyond measure. Let yourself rest in that truth. There is no need to hide, no need to worry about being good enough. You are already loved, already accepted, already precious to Him. So as you drift towards sleep, allow these thoughts to fill your mind and heart. You are watched over by a love that is constant, a presence that never fades, a God who celebrates you simply because you exist. In this moment, you can release all fear, all worry, all loneliness, and rest in the deep assurance that you are seen, known, and forever loved by the one who is always watching over you. Tonight, as darkness gently fills the room and the world outside becomes quiet, you are invited to set down every weight you have carried throughout the day. Imagine each worry, each anxious thought, each little knot of tension in your body and mind. Picture them like pebbles gathered in your hands. Now, in the softness of this night, you have permission to let them go, one by one, placing each burden in the hands of God, who knows exactly how to carry them. There is nothing too heavy, nothing too complicated, nothing too small or too big for Him. His love for you is patient and strong, and He delights in caring for what matters to your heart. The worries that feel overwhelming to you are never too much for Him. You do not have to solve everything before you sleep. You do not have to be perfect or have all the answers. Here, in this gentle moment, you can surrender all your troubles and fears, trusting that they are being held by a loving presence who understands you better than anyone else ever could. Let your breathing slow as you feel the relief of releasing those cares. Imagine God's peace, soft and warm, settling over you like a comforting blanket. It wraps around you, filling every corner of your heart with quiet assurance. His peace does not depend on circumstances. It is a gift freely given, a gentle presence that soothes and restores. When thoughts threaten to crowd your mind or keep you awake, remember that you are free to lay them all down, again and again, each time you need. God's peace is abundant, never running out, always available for you. Allow your muscles to relax, your thoughts to grow softer, your spirit to feel lighter as you rest in the certainty that you are cared for by one who never tires, never sleeps, and never turns away from you. There is no rush here, no expectation for you to do anything but rest. Imagine God sitting beside you, understanding every silent hope and unspoken worry. He is not distant or busy with greater things. Tonight, He is close, focused on you, gently watching over your heart. As you surrender each burden, you make room for His comfort to settle deep within you. His presence brings calm where there was anxiety, hope where there was fear, and love where there was loneliness. The world may seem uncertain at times, but you can find stability in knowing God's peace is steadfast, unshaken by the storms of life. Let that certainty grow stronger with every breath, filling you with a sense of safety and belonging. As you lie here, remind yourself that rest is holy, that letting go is a sign of trust, and that God is honored by your willingness to depend on Him. You don't have to earn His favor, you simply receive it, just as you receive the stillness of the night and the promise of a new day. Rest is His gift to you, a sacred pause in the busyness of life. As your thoughts quiet and your body relaxes, allow the peace of God to carry you towards sleep, whispering gentle reassurances that you are never alone, never forgotten, always held in loving hands. Tonight, and every night, you can let go and know that everything you have surrendered is safe with Him. Think back to the stories you've heard or read, stories passed down from generation to generation, stories about people just like you who walked through their own nights of uncertainty, who faced fears and questions, yet somehow found themselves guided and comforted in ways they could never have imagined. Picture those ancient figures wandering through deserts beneath a canopy of stars, standing at the edge of stormy seas, or searching for answers in the stillness of a quiet hillside. Each one was met by the same loving God who watches over you tonight. Their journeys were often marked by uncertainty and challenge, yet time and again, they discovered a presence that refused to leave them, a light that continued to shine even when the road ahead looked dark. Their stories are not just distant memories, they are living reminders that God's faithfulness endures through all seasons, reaching across time to wrap you in comfort and hope. Imagine the courage it took for a weary traveler to believe that God could provide a path where none could be seen, or for a lonely heart to trust that God was near even when no one else understood. Their faith was not born in times of ease but in moments of trial, in the quiet spaces between doubt and hope. Yet, every time they called out, every time they dared to trust, God responded not always in the way they expected, but always in a way that was loving and wise. Sometimes it was a whisper in the night, sometimes a gentle touch, sometimes a miraculous turn of events. Their lives became woven with threads of divine care, and those threads stretch out to you now, connecting your story to theirs. The same God who led them step by step, who comforted their hearts and guided their journeys, is at work in your life tonight. Let yourself be encouraged by their stories, for they remind you that you are never truly alone in your struggles or your questions. There is a pattern, a gentle hand at work in the world, turning even the hardest nights into opportunities for hope and growth. Their stories shine like lanterns along your own path, lighting the way and assuring you that faith is not in vain. You may not see every answer right away, but you can trust that your journey is known and treasured by God, just as theirs was. He understands the depths of your questions, the aches of your heart, and the hopes you hold on to in the silence. Just as He walked beside those who came before, He walks beside you now, never impatient, always gentle, always loving. So as you rest, let the memories of those who found comfort in God fill you with peace. Let their courage inspire your own, and know that your story is still being written by the same hand that held theirs. No matter how deep the night may seem, you are watched over by a faithful presence, surrounded by the echoes of hope and love that have guided countless souls before you. Tonight, their stories join with yours, forming a chorus of reassurance that God is truly with you and that He always brings light into every darkness. As you drift towards sleep, let the comfort of their journeys give you strength and trust that God's story of love continues in your life, tonight and always. There is a quiet wonder in knowing that the greatest love in the universe is not something distant or unreachable, but something that lives within you, as close and constant as your own heartbeat. Every beat is a gentle reminder, a silent message from God, whispering that you are loved without condition or limit. You don't have to strive to be noticed or achieve something extraordinary to be worthy of this love. It has always been there, flowing through your life like a river that never runs dry. Even in moments when you doubt your own worth or wonder if you are enough, God's love remains steady and unwavering, holding you together when everything else feels uncertain. You are seen through eyes that notice every hope, every fear, every dream, and still look upon you with deep affection and delight. Nothing you do can earn more of this love, and nothing you do can ever lose it. Imagine for a moment that God's love is a gentle warmth spreading through your body, soothing away the aches of the day, filling the cold corners of your heart with kindness and light. There may be times when you feel alone, misunderstood, or small in a world that can seem overwhelming, but you are never outside the reach of this love. It is patient with your questions, gentle with your mistakes, and ready to comfort you when you feel weak or tired. Let yourself breathe in that comfort, letting it fill your chest and soften your spirit, melting away the harshness that life sometimes brings. You are not merely tolerated, you are celebrated. Every part of you, even the parts you hide away, are known and embraced by God's endless compassion. Think of all the moments in your life when love has surprised you, perhaps in a smile from a stranger, a kind word at the perfect time, or a sudden sense of peace that you couldn't explain. Each of these moments is a reflection of the love that God has placed inside you and all around you. This love doesn't demand that you be perfect or fearless. It simply invites you to rest, to trust, and to know that you are treasured exactly as you are. If you ever wonder whether you are truly worthy of such devotion, remember that God has already answered that question with a resounding yes, written into every sunrise, every act of kindness, every quiet moment when you feel safe. Let your mind wander now to the simple, beautiful truth that you are never alone, never abandoned, never unloved. Even as you drift into sleep, God's love remains with you, steady and quiet, never withdrawing or fading away. It is the light that keeps shining in your heart, even when the world grows dark. With every heartbeat, feel the steady presence of a love that cannot be shaken, a love that is your shelter and your song. As you rest, let this truth become the foundation beneath you and the comfort that wraps around you. You are, and always will be, deeply loved by the one who made you, the one who stays beside you, and the one who delights in your every breath. Let your sleep be peaceful tonight, carried on the rhythm of that eternal love, knowing that nothing can ever separate you from the heart of God. No matter how long or heavy the night may seem, there is always the quiet promise of morning, waiting just beyond the horizon. Darkness is never the end of the story. It is simply the gentle pause before the return of light. Every sunrise you have ever witnessed is a reminder of God's faithful promise that each day is a new beginning, that every challenge and sorrow will one day give way to hope and possibility. As you lie here, safe and warm, imagine the slow unfolding of dawn's soft shift in the air, the first hints of light painting the sky in delicate colors, the gradual awakening of the world outside. These moments are not just beautiful by chance, but are carefully woven into the rhythm of life by a loving Creator who delights in bringing light after darkness. Consider all the ways in which you have made it through hard times, the nights when worries kept you awake, or when sadness felt endless. Yet somehow, every time, morning arrived. You found strength to rise, even if it was just enough to take a single step. You may have been surprised by hope, comforted by kindness, or reassured by the simple act of breathing in a new day. These are not just coincidences, but gentle reminders that God's faithfulness is unwavering, present in every sunrise, every breath, every moment of quiet renewal. Even when you can't see the way forward, or when the night seems to stretch on endlessly, the light always returns, steadily, patiently, just as God promised. There is so much hope in knowing that your darkest moments are never wasted or unseen. God is present in them, working quietly, nurturing seeds of peace and courage within you that will blossom with the morning. The struggles you carry are not too much for Him. The burdens that feel impossible to release are gently lifted, one by one, as you trust in His care. Every new day is a sign that you are being carried forward, even if you cannot always feel it. Rest in the certainty that no matter what yesterday brought, tonight brings you closer to a fresh beginning, to a clean slate filled with new chances, new mercies, and new hope. There is nothing in your past or your present that can dim the promise of God's light breaking through again and again. Let your heart settle into the gentle rhythm of hope, the assurance that the night cannot last forever. God's faithfulness is as sure as the dawn, and His promises are unbreakable. If you listen closely in these quiet hours, you may sense a whisper of encouragement, telling you that you are stronger than you know, and that you are never facing the darkness alone. Each morning, as light returns to the world, it also returns to you, filling you with warmth, reminding you that you are loved, that you have purpose, and that every day is a chance to begin again. Even now, as sleep begins to pull you into rest, you are wrapped in the steady assurance that nothing can separate you from God's love or from the new beginnings He has prepared for you. So let yourself relax, letting the worries of the night drift away like mist before the sunrise. Trust that you are being watched over, that every dream and every hope you carry is safe with God, and that as surely as morning follows night, joy will return to your heart. The world may be resting in darkness, but your soul is held in the promise of lighter, promise that will never be broken, and a love that will never let you go. Rest deeply tonight, knowing that the gift of morning is already on its way. As you begin to drift closer to sleep, imagine yourself surrounded by a gentle, protective presencer, love so watchful and kind that not even your deepest worries can find you here. Think of God as a guardian, tenderly watching over you while you rest, his care like a sheltering wing stretched softly above your heart. You are safe within this sacred space, free to release every burden and every doubt. There is no need to stay alert or guarded, for tonight you are held by one who never grows weary, who never looks away, who delights in your peace and dreams of your joy. With each breath, feel the anxiety of the day melting away, replaced by a growing sense of calm and comfort, as if you are being gently rocked to sleep by the same hands that hold the universe together. Imagine the dreams that await you, each one a quiet journey through landscapes touched by God's kindness. Perhaps you find yourself walking through a meadow where wildflowers bloom, or resting beneath a tree whose leaves shimmer in the moonlight, or floating above the world on a gentle breeze. No matter where your dreams may lead, God walks with you in every step, keeping you safe from harm, guiding your heart towards comfort and rest. Even as your mind lets go of conscious thought and you enter the softness of sleep, God's watchful gaze remains, constant and loving, a silent promise that you are never alone. In this space between waking and sleeping, let yourself truly rest knowing that nothing can disturb your peace, that every fear is quieted, every longing understood. There may have been nights when you felt vulnerable or unsure, when sleep seemed far away and comfort hard to find. But tonight is different, because tonight you are reminded of the one who stands guard over you, not just over your body, but over your dreams, your soul, your deepest needs. You can rest easily, knowing there is nothing to fear, no shadow too dark, no worry too great for the God who holds you. In this safe haven, every gentle breath you take is watched over, every moment of rest is cherished. You are free to surrender control, to let go of striving, to let your body and mind be renewed by the healing power of restful sleep. With every moment that passes, you sink deeper into comfort, feeling lighter, safer, and more cared for. You are not just resting, you are being restored. God's presence is not a distant promise, but a living reality, tender and close, whispering peace over your life. Every sigh, every flutter of your heart, every quiet hope is known and treasured by Him. He covers you with a love that shields you from harm, a love that is always patient, always gentle, always near. Let this truth fill you with confidence and gratitude as you let yourself fully enter the world of dreams. Whatever tomorrow may bring, tonight you are watched over, guarded with a devotion that never wavers. You can trust that you will awaken renewed and strong because you have rested under the watchful care of God, your loving guardian and friend. Sleep now, safe and unafraid, wrapped in the embrace of one who never leaves your side. There is a gentle light within you, a warm and steady glow that can never be extinguished, no matter how dark the world outside may seem. This is the light God placed in your heart, a spark of His own love and presence that lives in you, always shining even when you can't see it with your eyes. Imagine that light now, glowing softly in the center of your being, radiating peace, comfort, and hope. It is the quiet assurance that you are never truly lost, never forgotten, never alone. When doubts creep in and shadows grow long, that inner light remains, gently illuminating your path and reminding you of the goodness that is always available, even in the hardest moments. You don't have to do anything special to earn this light. It is your birthright, a sign that you belong to something greater than your fears or uncertainties. Think of the times when life felt overwhelming or confusing, and yet, somehow, you found the courage to keep going. Those moments were not accidents. They were the glow of God's presence within you, guiding you forward, whispering encouragement when you felt weak, and sending you reminders of hope when you needed them most. Sometimes the light is bright and unmistakable, filling you with joy and gratitude. Other times it is gentle and quiet, just enough to help you take the next step or breathe a little easier. But it is always there, steady and patient, never flickering or fading away. Even if you make mistakes or feel small, the light inside you remains untouched, burning with a quiet strength that comes from the one who made you. Let yourself rest in that warmth now. Picture it spreading through your body, relaxing your muscles, calming your heart and easing your mind. It reaches into the places where you feel anxious or afraid, bringing a peace that goes deeper than words. Every breath you take is like a gentle breeze, fanning that flame, making it grow stronger and brighter within you. You might remember a moment of unexpected kindness, a word of encouragement, a sense of belonging. These are all ways that God's light reaches out to you, through people and circumstances, to remind you that you are seen and loved. There may be nights when the world feels heavy, when you wonder if your struggles will ever end, or if your prayers are truly heard. In those moments, let this light be your anchor. Let it remind you that even in darkness, there is a hope that never leaves. You are not alone in carrying your burdens, for God's presence within you is stronger than any fear, more persistent than any doubt. Every time you trust, every time you love, every time you hope, the light grows a little brighter, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Let this quiet, glowing truth be your comfort as you drift into sleep. The light inside you is a reflection of God's love, unfailing, enduring, and real. It cannot be taken away by life's troubles, nor dimmed by worry or sorrow. Even as your eyes close and you slip into dreams, that light keeps shining, holding you in perfect safety and peace. Know tonight, and always, that no matter what happens, this light will be your guide, your comfort, and your promise that you are cherished by God. Rest easy now, warmed from within, held in gentle brightness, and filled with the certainty that you are never without hope. Feel the gentle nearness of God in this quiet moment, as if the air itself is filled with kindness, wrapping softly around you like the warmest embrace. There is no need to reach or struggle to be noticed, because His presence is already here, closer than a whisper, steady as the breath that fills your lungs. You may have spent the day surrounded by people, or perhaps it felt lonely, but here in the peaceful darkness, you are truly known and cherished. Every laugh you shared, every tear you shed, every hope that flickered in your heart, God has been there for all of it, a silent companion who cares about even the smallest details of your life. You are never invisible to Him, never overlooked or forgotten. He listens with infinite patience, understanding the language of your heart, even when you don't have words for what you feel. Think about the moments in life when you have felt comforted, as if a gentle hand rested on your shoulder or a sense of peace arrived without explanation. Those were not accidents, but invitations to remember that God is always near, reaching out to you in ways both subtle and profound. Sometimes His presence arrives through the kindness of a friend, a beautiful sunrise, or a quiet moment where you sense everything will be okay. Other times, it is simply a stillness within, a calming presence that settles your worries and brings you back to yourself. Each of these moments is a reminder that you are surrounded by a love that does not demand or hurry, but simply waits, gentle and unchanging. You are free to be yourself here, to bring every part of who you are, your joys, your sorrows, your questions, and your dreams. God delights in your honesty, in the realness of your heart. There is nothing too small or too complicated for His understanding. When the world feels harsh, or when loneliness presses in, remember that you can always return to this place of quiet comfort, where you are seen and loved just as you are. Let yourself relax, letting your thoughts slow and your body sink deeper into rest, as if you are being rocked gently in the arms of perfect love. It's okay if you still have questions or worries. God's presence isn't based on having all the answers. It's about being willing to rest in His care, to trust that He is with you through every high and every low. Every sigh and every heartbeat is precious to Him, every wish and every disappointment. He does not grow tired of you or impatient with your struggles. Instead, He listens to the silent cries of your heart and responds with compassion. When you feel lost or unsure, picture God walking beside you in the darkness, guiding you gently toward hope and peace. You never have to face the night alone, because you are always held by a love that will not let you go. As sleep draws nearer, let yourself soak in this comfort, letting it fill every space within you. There is no effort required here, no striving or performance, only the gift of rest and acceptance. God's presence is the truest comfort, the deepest peace, the strongest assurance. Even as the world outside continues on, you can stay here, safe and at ease, knowing you are never alone. Allow that truth to settle in your spirit as you drift into gentle dreams, trusting that you are loved, watched over, and never forgotten. Right now, in this very moment, you are living inside a miracle so gentle and profound that it can easily be overlooked in the rush of everyday life. The miracle is not just found in faraway places or distant memories, but right here, where you lie in the quiet of your room, wrapped in the hush of the evening. Feel the softness of your sheets, the rise and fall of your breath, the simple peace of this restful night. These are gifts, delicate threads of grace, woven through every moment. Each one is a sign that God is with you, not just in the grand and dramatic events of the world, but in the smallest, most ordinary details of your life. You are the focus of His loving attention, every heartbeat precious, every sigh noticed. Even now, as the day fades and the night deepens, God is as close as your next breath, filling the space around you with the warmth of His presence. Think about the things you may have taken for granted today, the laughter that bubbled up unexpectedly, the way sunlight danced on a wall, the familiar sound of a loved one's voice, the taste of your favorite food, or the feeling of relief after a difficult moment passed. Each one, no matter how small, is evidence that God's love is being poured out on you in 1,000 tiny ways. Sometimes it's easy to miss these miracles, to become distracted by worry or routine. But tonight, you are invited to notice them, to let them fill your mind and heart as you rest. This is the miracle of now, the realization that every moment, no matter how quiet or simple, is brimming with God's kindness and care. Even as you recall the challenges of your day, the times when things didn't go as planned, when you felt tired or disappointed, when you doubted your surrender, that God was present then, too. His love isn't reserved for perfect days or flawless moments. It is steady and unchanging, carrying you through both the ups and the downs, holding you close when you feel unsure, and celebrating with you when you find joy. Right now, you don't need to reach for anything more. You don't have to wait for your life to be different or better in order to experience God's presence. The miracle is already here, unfolding quietly as you breathe and settle in for the night. If you let yourself, you can begin to feel gratitude blossoming in your heart, a gentle awareness of all the ways God has cared for you today and every day. There is no pressure to feel a certain way or to force thankfulness, just an invitation to let the miracle of now soak into your soul, bringing peace, reassurance, and rest. Trust that you are being held by hands far wiser and kinder than your own, that the one who watches over you never takes his eyes off you, not even for a moment. Let this truth become your anchor as you drift towards sleep, knowing that you are already surrounded by love, already living inside a miracle. The ordinary is transformed into the extraordinary when you realize that God is in every detail, every breath, every moment you experience. There is nothing too small for His care, nothing too quiet to escape His notice. Tonight, allow yourself to relax into the softness of the present, feeling safe and cared for, wrapped in the miracle of now. As you fall asleep, let gratitude and peace accompany you, carrying you gently into dreams, and trust that as tomorrow dawns, God will still be with you present in every moment, making each one a miracle all its own. You may find yourself lying awake at night, wondering about the future, or wishing you had more certainty about the path ahead. It's natural to want answers, to crave clarity and reassurance, but life's journey rarely reveals itself all at once. Instead, it unfolds slowly, step by gentle step, each day offering new lessons and fresh opportunities for trust. In these quiet moments, allow yourself to rest in the truth that you don't have to see the whole map, to know that you are being guided by loving hands. God is with you, not just at the destination, but in every twist and turn along the way. Even when you feel lost or unsure, When the road ahead is hidden or seems impossible to travel, you are never truly alone. Every step you take is watched over with patience and care, each moment tenderly woven into a greater story that is full of meaning, even if you cannot see it yet. There will be seasons in life when everything feels bright and full of promise, when answers come easily and the way forward seems clear. There will also be times of uncertainty, when questions linger and fears press in at the edges. In both, God's presence remains constant. He does not expect you to have all the answers or to walk the journey perfectly. What matters most is your willingness to trust, to believe that even when you cannot see or understand, you are being led by one who sees the full picture and knows exactly what you need. Think of all the times in the past when things worked out in ways you could never have planned, when hope arrived unexpectedly, or you found strength you didn't know you had. Each of those moments is a gentle reminder that you are never truly on your own. Let go, just for tonight, of the need to figure everything out. You can release the pressure to plan every detail, to anticipate every possible outcome. Instead, breathe deeply and allow yourself to rest in the freedom of trust. Imagine placing all your worries, hopes, and dreams into God's loving hands, knowing that He holds your future with infinite wisdom and kindness. Even your missteps and mistakes are not beyond His ability to redeem and turn into something beautiful. You are being guided by a love that sees further than you can imagine and cares more deeply than you will ever know. As you rest, think of your life as a journey along a path that winds through sunlit meadows and quiet forests, across rocky hills and peaceful valleys. Some stretches are easy and joyful, others are challenging and require patience and courage. But at every turn, there is a loving presence walking beside you, steady and unchanging. When the path grows dark, a gentle light shines ahead, leading you onward, offering hope with every step. When the road feels lonely, you are gently reminded that you are surrounded by love and guided by wisdom. The journey itself becomes a blessing, not just the destination, as you discover new strength, deeper faith, and unexpected joy along the way. Allow yourself to settle into this truth as you drift towards sleep. Trust that you are being led, even when you cannot see, and that every season of your life is held in God's hands. You are never abandoned, never left to wander alone. Each night, as you surrender to rest, know that your journey continues, watched over and cared for by the one who loves you beyond measure. You are safe to trust, safe to rest, safe to dream, knowing that your future is bright with promise and that every step forward is a step held in love. Let yourself settle into the hush of night, where the world feels softer, quieter, and more full of mystery. Listen, really listen, to the subtle music all around you, the gentle rhythm of your own breathing, the faint rustle of sheets, the distant sounds of the world winding down. Each of these is like a note in a song written just for you, a lullaby sung by the Creator, calming and reassuring you as you drift towards sleep. Imagine that God is singing over you now, His song invisible but real, carrying comfort, peace, and hope straight into your heart. This melody weaves through the silence, reminding you that you are never forgotten, that even in the stillness, you are cherished and surrounded by love. Perhaps you have moments when silence feels overwhelming, when your mind fills the quiet with worries or regrets. But tonight, let the silence become a place of safety, a canvas for God's music of love and reassurance. The same God who set the universe into motion, who shaped every sunrise and every star, is singing over your life with tenderness and delight. His song is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it arrives as a gentle thought, a sudden memory of kindness, or a sense that you are being held and protected. It is the music of comfort, the sound of peace that settles anxieties, soothes aches, and quiets restless thoughts. Picture the gentle hum of this song wrapping around you, a living presence that keeps you company through the night. Let yourself be carried by it, letting each note ease the tension in your body and soften any worries that remain. You might remember a moment from your day that made you smile, or a simple act of kindness that touched your heart. These are all echoes of God's melody, reminders that you are loved and never alone. The music of the night is God's promise, echoing through every moment of stillness, that you are cared for and watched over with infinite patience. If ever you feel weighed down by fear or uncertainty, imagine this song growing stronger and clearer, filling you with courage and hope. Its rhythm matches your own heartbeat, steady and constant, carrying you through the darkness with gentle assurance. You are not expected to solve every problem or carry every worry tonight. Instead, you are invited to rest and let the music of God's love restore your spirit, weaving comfort into your dreams and renewal into your sleep. As you sink deeper into rest, trust that this melody will remain with you, lingering long after your thoughts grow quiet. Even in your dreams, you are surrounded by beauty and kindness, held in a symphony of love that never ends. When morning comes, you may not remember every note, but the peace and reassurance will stay with you, ready to guide you through a new day. For now, let yourself drift gently, carried by the music of the night, knowing that God's love is your constant song-soothing, steadfast, and always near. As the world outside grows quieter and the soft darkness wraps around you, you are given a gentle invitation to let go. There is nothing left for you to do tonight, no task to finish, no problem to solve, no expectation to meet. This is your time to surrender every worry, every anxious thought, every lingering doubt. Imagine each worry as a leaf, light and delicate, carried gently down a slow-moving stream. You can watch them drift away, farther and farther, knowing they are safe in God's care. There is no burden too heavy, no thought too tangled, no sorrow too deep that you must carry it alone. With every breath, let go a little more, feeling the release as tension melts from your shoulders and your mind grows softer and quieter. Let yourself remember that you are never defined by your worries or your mistakes. In this moment, you are simply a beloved soul, resting in the presence of a love so patient and gentle that it welcomes every part of you. There is a kindness here that expects nothing and gives everything, a grace that meets you exactly where you are. You do not have to hold everything together, nor do you need to pretend to be stronger than you feel. You can set it all down now, trusting that God's hands are ready to catch and hold every piece of your heart. He does not judge your weakness or your need. Instead, He treasures your honesty and delights in your willingness to rest. Sometimes letting go feels difficult, as if fear clings tightly or sadness will not loosen its grip. But here, in the safety of this quiet night, you are gently reminded that you do not have to let go alone. God is with you, patiently guiding you toward peace, inviting you to surrender at your own pace. Each sigh, each slow exhale, is a prayer, an offering of trust, a sign of faith that you are not abandoned in your struggles. Feel how your body grows heavier against the mattress, your thoughts slowing like the fading echoes of a song, each one floating away with the promise that you are cared for and protected. Letting go does not mean forgetting or giving up. It means allowing yourself to be held, to trust that you can rest while someone greater carries what you cannot. In this gentle release, you make space for healing and comfort, for new hope and deep peace. There is a holy freedom in surrender, a sense of safety that grows as you realize nothing is too much for the one who watches over you. Let the world's noise fade, let regrets and uncertainties dissolve, and feel the sweetness of being completely accepted just as you are. Now, as you grow sleepier, let your heart be light, unburdened, and open to the peace that settles all around you. You are allowed to rest, to stop striving, to simply be. God's love is a haven, and tonight you are sheltered in its embrace. As you drift closer to sleep, let every last worry slip away, leaving you calm, cherished, and wholly at peace. This is your moment to let go, to be carried by gentle hands, to rest in the assurance that you are never alone. Now, as your body sinks deeper into the softness of your bed and your mind drifts gently towards sleep, allow yourself to truly rest in the certainty that you are utterly safe, deeply loved, and never alone. Picture yourself wrapped in a blanket of perfect peace, each fold woven from the unchanging, ever-watchful care of God. No matter how far you wander in your thoughts or how deep you travel into dreams, there is a loving presence surrounding you, holding you as tenderly as a parent holds a child. You are not required to keep watch or remain alert. Tonight, it is God who keeps watch, staying close through every breath, every sigh, and every heartbeat. There is nothing in the darkness to fear, for the one who made the stars and set them to shining in the night sky is right here with you, watching over you with a love that cannot be shaken or lost. Let yourself imagine the peace that fills the room, the gentle hush that feels almost sacred, the way the air seems to hum with kindness and reassurance. Even the silence is filled with love, like a quiet song sung just for you, a promise that you are cherished beyond measure. As you move from waking to sleep, your spirit remains in good hands, cared for by the same God who shaped the world and calls you beloved. Every dream you have, every hope that stirs in your heart, every longing that rises in the quiet of the night, is known and treasured. You don't have to try to be anything more than who you are in this moment. You are enough, exactly as you are, and nothing can take away your value or your place in this world. If worries try to creep in, or old fears whisper at the edges of your mind, remember that they cannot reach you here. You are protected by a love that is constant and unwavering, a presence that never sleeps or leaves your side. Each time you let go, even for a moment, you are surrendering to a rest that heals and restores, a peace that goes deeper than any trouble or pain. Sleep is not just a break from the day, it is a gift, a way for God to renew your strength, to comfort your spirit, and to fill your heart with hope for the day to come. In your dreams, you are guided gently through landscapes of beauty and wonder, always under the gentle gaze of the one who knows you best. As the hours pass, feel how deeply you are being held not just by blankets and pillows, but by the invisible arms of love and protection that never let go. Let your breaths grow slower and deeper, each one a gentle lullaby, reminding you that you are safe, you are valued, and you are watched over through every moment of the night. Even if your dreams take you far, you are never out of reach, never beyond the caring eyes of God. When morning comes, you will awaken not just refreshed in body, but in spirit, ready to receive the new mercies and joys that await you. Rest now, and let your sleep be deep and sweet, knowing that there is nothing to fear, nothing to prove, nothing to earn. All is well. You are safe, you are loved, you are known, and you are held tonight and always. Drift gently into dreams, wrapped in peace, surrounded by love, watched over by the one who never sleeps and whose care for you will never end.